Morning, everybody. This is not a terrible spot for a morning devotional. God is good. Just finishing the book of Judges, and I have to say that of the books of the Bible, as we're working our way through them, and we've been through Genesis and Exodus and Deuteronomy and Leviticus and Joshua, Exodus. By far the most challenging book for me has been the book of Judges. And it's likely because it reminds me so much of myself and or ourselves as a people. And God kept sending people to help, and because we can't do it on our own, and the people of Israel weren't strong enough to stay close and to continue to worship just the one God. They continued to find idols that they would create, and or actually idols of worship, to worship of the land. They wanted both the pleasures and sins of the land, but also they wanted to be close to God. And sadly, I think that's a lot like me at times, and probably a lot like all of us, that we have this incredible balancing act. And God he sent 14 of them judges, and in the last chapters he doesn't send a judge, but we know that there's one final judge that comes. And the beauty here is that even though the people continued to run astray, God kept sending people because he loved them so much to be with him, to save them. And he sent, ultimately he sent his son. Because he knew that we couldn't do it on our own as human beings. And that doesn't mean that it's okay to live a life of sin and worship of other things on earth that are in front of our faith and in front of our worship of our God. It just means that he understands it, and that we should be working every day to become, and want to, most importantly, that should be our heart's desire, to want to be more like him, to want to be closer to him. However, I don't want you to feel like it's a failure if you're not. He understands, and he sent the ultimate. He sent his son to sacrifice, to die on the cross for all of our sins, yesterdays and tomorrows, all of the yesterdays and all of the tomorrows, because he loved you so much. That he did that. I know that most of us can't even imagine that type of an act of our own child, but he made that sacrifice to open the doors to heaven for you and I, and that's just how loving he is. And so even though it's a challenging book, there's a great story in there, and that is of the grace and the love that he has for us, and that he understands our weaknesses. He desires us to desire to be, and hopefully it's not out of I must act this way. It's because I want to act this way. I want to be closer to you. I want to know you more. And if we're driven by that, we're in good shape. And keep searching for that each day. Keep looking for that. He loves you, and most importantly, the most important thing we can do is love him back. Love you. Have a great day.